Hey there, agents. In this video, I'm going to tell you the number one lie, really the biggest lie that's holding you back that this insurance industry tells you. Before I jump into that, if you could go ahead and just remember, when you have an epiphany in this video, drop a like button below and consider subscribing to the channel. So what is that lie? That lie is if you just invest $100, a few $100, that you can make six figures, right? You've maybe heard that before. That it just takes a little bit. Maybe you just have to, take your licensing education, and then you got to pay for your license, and boom, you're in the business that can make you multi-six, or maybe even seven figures. And there's some supporting evidence that, though often the people perpetuating this lie will give you, right? They'll say things like this industry, the insurance industry, produces the most millionaires. And let's be honest, it's kind of true, right? And if you look at a recent study by Forbes, you can see that the highest allocation or proportion of the Forbes billionaire list is from finance and investments, approximately 15%. And when they actually surveyed consumers, they found that consumers believed about 35% that the greatest opportunity to become a millionaire is in the financial services industry, of which insurance is a part of. So certainly your odds of getting rich in this industry are higher than many other industries. But listen, if you think that just showing up is going to help you earn what you want and become that millionaire, well, then you're mistaking. Now listen, I know that principle that the first step of success is just showing up, and I agree with that, but you got to show up and do something, right? And I'm gonna, in this video, get into what that something is. That's what I'm here to do, is to actually help you, not let you fall victim to this lie, and so you can turn it around and get what you want out of this industry, get the results that you joined this industry for, because you probably realize and respect the fact that you can't get something for nothing. And there's really only two investments that you can make, right? You can either invest your time or your money, and sometimes it's a combination of both, right? If you have more time than you have money, aka you're not earning that much, well, then you can use videos like this and this YouTube channel, even our free community, link below in the description, that helps people like you, life insurance agents, shift into the advanced markets. It's called Advanced Markets Life Agents, right? You can click that link and join that community. It's designed to help you acquire skills with our free content that's worth thousands of dollars in the classroom contained in the community. And so you can invest your time to acquire the skills that are going to help you earn in this industry. And maybe you're someone who, has a bit more money than time, right? You have a foundational level of success, maybe in this industry, selling products that you're just no longer excited about, like final expense or mortgage protection. Or maybe you've built at least, a foundation to cover the expenses of your life in another industry, and you see the opportunity to take it to the next level, put you in a different economic class by being in this industry. And in that case, you can use some of that money to invest in yourself, to buy someone else's time, and more importantly, buy a proven and repeatable process and support system from them so that you can go where you want to go faster. And so what I want to do in this video is break down, what does it take to be a high earner in a free enterprise and capitalistic driven economy? And you have to understand that I'm talking about money earned ethically as a byproduct of value creation. So you have to increase your market value through skills and expertise. And so one of the case studies or the analogies that we can look to inform what do we need to do to become a high earner regardless of the industry, I think is like a doctor. We all know, that doctors make money. And so, what's the value of a doctor? Well, they heal people, right? They save lives and prolong lives. And, that's pretty valuable. But what does it take to become a doctor, to earn like a doctor? Well, the average investment for someone going through medical school is on the low side from my research, about $230,000, and with specialization and private schools and out-of-state tuition and all that stuff can easily break $300,000. So let's just say 250 grand is an average investment, and then on average, how much time does a doctor take in schooling, right? So that's their money investment. How about their time? Well, if you go to to Indeed, right, and a big recruiting platform, they have a lot of data around jobs. They say it takes on average about 14 years between undergrad, graduate school, where you actually get the medical degree, residency, and maybe other things like fellowships and on the job training for specialization, right? And then once you go through that 14 years of experience, listen, coming into residency, the data says that you can expect to earn $55,000 to $75,000 as a resident, kind of with the on-the-job training of a medical doctor. And then once you pass residency, the base salary, once again, Indeed says it's around $165,000 for a doctor. But let's be honest, the average is probably around $244,000, $250,000 a year for a primary care physician. And if you want to make more than $500,000 a year as a doctor, it takes a lot of time in the career, or more importantly, specializing like cosmetic surgery or anesthesiology and things of that nature. And so look, you're looking at investing $250,000 to earn $250,000 plus a year, and it takes you 14 years. And so let's use that as a proxy for you realizing that maybe you don't have to invest $250,000 to make $250,000, but would it make sense, economically, that you would put in maybe a tenth of that, maybe $25,000 to make $250,000 a year? Yeah, it certainly does. And that's how you're going to flip this lie on its head and realize that you can't get something for nothing. You're going to have to invest. And this isn't just theory. Me personally, I have invested to build my first $1 million a year business over $250,000 in myself, $250,000 in education and coaching programs and masterminds and courses. That's all outside of my degree, my bachelor's degree in finance, right? That's just in alternative education. And since hitting that $1 million a year mark, I have easily invested another $250,000. I'm well over $500,000 investing in my earning potential, my skills, my expertise that ultimately create the opportunity for me to deliver value into the marketplace. And so, you have to understand the difference between an expense and an investment, right? If you're going to go make this investment in yourself, you have to be able to understand the difference. And really, it's the difference between cost and value. Cost is about what you give, right? And so all investments start with the cost, but the value is about what you receive. And if it's a worthy investment, if it's a quality investment, then you should, that value received should be a return on your investment, a multiple of your inputs as an output, either a multiple of your time or your money. And so how do you know, right, what is worthy of your time and your money to deliver that value? Well, the first thing that you can look at is trial and error, right? Listen, that's been part of my journey, of all the money that I've invested. Not everyone has a direct attributable ROI. Sometimes it was just training my intuition and my ability to judge the quality of investment. Hey, I thought this on the end, I realized X, and that's going to make me more discerning in the next time I need to make an investment in myself. Sometimes I made an investment in something and I thought I was going to get an economic return, and what I got instead was a relational return. I can tell you so many times my investments did not pay economically, but they paid with people. They pay with people that opened doors, connections, enriched my life spiritually and emotionally, but also ultimately economically as well, because, your net worth is your network. And so if you can meet great people that can build you up and connect you to new opportunities, that can sometimes be the bridge to a great economic ROI as well. Then beyond trial and error, right, another way for you to be able to understand whether something is a worthy investment is proof, right? Find the farmer who bears much fruit on his farm. If you want to know how to farm, if you're trying to grow oranges, we're juice box and our colors are orange, right? So I'll use that as our analogy here. But realize you have to find somebody who's got the fruit on the tree, right? The fruit that you want, right? And so if you want to earn more selling IUL and annuity, well, you should find someone who hasn't just done it themselves, but more importantly, who is able to teach others to do it too. When you look at most high performers, no matter what the skill set is, especially the ones who are naturally gifted and that natural God-given talent has what created their ability to produce a result, often they cannot translate how they do what they do in a repeatable way to others. And what that is said in different different way is we call that unconscious competence. And so you have to find someone who can not only do it, but teach you how to do it. They can transfer a skill set, not just be aware of one or possess one. And one of the examples of this, right, to wrap this up, is a lot of people, because we are, one of the preeminent, if not, the most proven, coach and training and marketing company helping agents in the advanced markets sell more IUL and annuity guaranteed. A lot of times people go through our system and they ask about contracting. Then other people come to us and they say, hey, do you guys have an IMO? Can I just contract with you? And most of the time we wind up just saying no, because we're not going to be a part of the lie that you can just hold a contract. You can just have access to products to know how to properly present and position them in a compelling and accurate way for clients, and therefore earn the commissions from selling them. You can't just hold the contract, right? You actually have to know what you're doing, right? Because, to go back to our doctor example, it's like we just took somebody right out of medical school and said, you run the ER. Well, we know that's not how somebody gets to, actually being a trauma specialist in the emergency room. They got to go through a residency for years after medical school to actually learn how to apply the teaching. And so that's why for us, we won't offer contracts to anyone who isn't trained in the right way, and therefore usually trained in our way. If you look at the hospital at Stanford or Harvard Medical School, right? I bet it's full of the doctors that they taught, because they can rely on them the most to put the level of care and have the level of intervention and diagnostic ability to provide the optimal and the highest level of healthcare. Right? And so that same thing is true for us. And so tell me, what were the lessons that you took away from this video? To recap for you, use the comments, share with me. But you have to acquire skills that are valued in the marketplace to be able to earn what you want. You can't just get licensed. You have to get skilled. And one of the things we can also learn from the medical example is the more specialized you are, the higher you can earn. That's why we focus. Our mission here at Juicebox is to transform 1,000 agents into retirement income experts through world-class training, technology, and marketing, right? That's what we're here to do. And so we're really focused on helping people use their license along with the right education around the tax code and the leverage of insurance products to create incredible retirement income strategy and solutions for their clients. That's our specialization. And we find that when we help agents specialize in that, they are able to earn like a pro, right? Because success leaves clues, and professional status in this industry is measurable by the commissions that you generate. And we're not just here to make money, but when we have client-focused service, when we believe that we're here to act in our client's best interest, not because of the standard, because that's who we are and that's what we believe and that's our foundation, well, then the income we generate is only a measure of our impact. And so I would love for you to drop a like on this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you want more. And if you want to kickstart and accelerate your opportunity into earning more in this industry by acquiring the necessary skills, then join our free community. Link in the description. The Advanced Market Life Agents. In there, we have a classroom full of free content that our team will get you access to and prescribe to you, depending on what your goals are and what you're focused on and what you are bringing to the table. So I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video.